Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
How's it done?
What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, is the Thursday Night Hangouts, our live show. We're trying our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. Any point during the show, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, subjects, topics, opinions that you would like to share with the class, please do so by dropping it in the chat, be it on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. If we do, and we will add it to the show. If we do unfortunately run out of time, we will add it to the very next show. Now, let's get this out of the way. We apologize for the last-minute no-show last week. I basically got the crap kicked out of me in a basketball game, and my head was not really working. So,
wait, your head works tonight?
Well, it's semi-functional tonight, so that's a step above what it was. How about that?
I get confused about the level of head working. You need like a meter above your head.
This much of Charlie's brain is working today. But yeah, no. So we are doing the show tonight, as it's obvious, since we
as we are here, and
yes.
It's not a ghost that I know of. I mean, it could be a ghost because I'm not actually there, but I'm assuming it's the real version.
Well, I mean, this could all be just a hallucination at this point, but you never know.
There is AI hallucination, so you could just be a AI construct.
I did get a haircut, so I do look nice, although you can't see much of it since I'm wearing the Ultra Confusion hat. But trust me, I got my ears lowered by a significant amount.
What about getting your ears raised and trim that beard?
Well, there are certain individuals who would love for me to trim the facial hair a little bit, but I'm good with the length right now. So
fair enough.
All right, now let's get into the stories. The first one is the continuing saga of the game known as Highguard. As we've talked many times, it came out blazing fast. It had, like, I think early on, it was just under 100,000 concurrent players upon launch. And then shit started going sideways. There's a huge drop-off on concurrent players. Then the development company that was responsible for Highguard got nailed by, like, super layoffs. And now it is being reported that the new player count for Highguard is averaging around 250 players concurrently online.
I thought the game had shut down. Or am I thinking of a different game?
That's a different game. That was the Ashes game.
I don't know. I can't. It seems like every game is shutting down that comes out that's new, so I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah. So this game has been the crazy thing is this game has been receiving updates since the original launch, and it has been just shedding players left and right.
Well, that doesn't sound very optimal.
No. So here's the other thing. I think this the plan was to launch this across many different platforms, and I think it only launched on PC. And because of how fast the player base turned, I think that the chances of it ending up on PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series XS is probably been scrapped.
I mean, the graphics look pretty.
Yes.
I don't know if that counts for anything.
Apparently, it was supposed to be really good.
But it's not, apparently.
But,
wait.
Days after its release, the player count dropped by 80%, and now you're averaging 250, which I don't even... actually, here, I will tell you. If
the hard part is in that genre. I mean, you just look, right below it on Steam, and you have come play Apex Legends, Rainbow Siege, Marvel Rivals, Marathon.
Yep.
And then of course, then you have, Overwatch is actually like becoming the king again, apparently. So it's, and of course you got PUBG and other stuff. So like the whole PvP battle royale, whatever the genre's called nowadays, it's hard to dive into. Like it's one of those where within the first, week or two, if you don't make a mark, guess what? There's plenty of other games for the gamers to go back to. So yeah.
Just for those math nuts out there, from the starting concurrent users to what it is today, that is there is 0.25% of the concurrent players still playing. So that's a 99.75% drop off.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's crazy world. That's all I know right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was not on my list of. I mean, granted, it's probably not the game that I was gonna be necessarily looking at playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's rough because even I'm just looking at the Steam chart. Even like the high this week for the entire week, because you might be like, maybe it's just a bad day.
Yeah.
The high this week is 1,300.
Yep.
That is definitely not optimal. It's like one thing if it's a online game, like a single player game.
Yeah.
But when it's an online game, and like you need online players,
kind of key.
That's gonna be problematic. And it's one thing if you're a game like, let's just say like Overwatch, obviously at the end of Overwatch 1, original Overwatch 1.
Right.
The player count was plummeting, but they could withstand, a little bit of a drop, you might say.
Yeah.
Whereas a game like this, probably not so much the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's always kind of sad, I guess, to see like a new game, maybe with potential to, honestly, just from what we're seeing, it's probably not going to last much longer.
Yeah.
Because you hope games, kind of survive, I guess you might say, because yay. Yeah. But that's crazy because I'm just looking at the Steam list of, games, and like a game like World of Warships, 24,000 online players. Elden Ring still has 22,000 current players. Red Dead Redemption, 22,000 players. So you look at some of the, even like Age of Empires 2, 15,000 players.
Yep.
So it's just kind of fascinating looking at some of like, now we're getting to old, like Brawlhalla, 11,000 players. Like, I would not expect that. And how long has Brawlhalla been? I mean, Brawlhalla's been around for a long fucking time.
For a very long time. Brawlhalla was first. Oh my gosh. Let's just say that I got the founders pack when it first came out. It's 2014, so it's been out for 11 and a half years. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of fascinating looking through this list of games. And just to see, these games still in the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And yet this has dropped off so dramatically. And the other thing I would probably say too is when you see games, and if it actually was a good game, right? Like enough of those 100,000 initial players was actually a good game, regardless of the feedback, would have kept with it.
Right.
But regardless of the, which blah, 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 I mean, that still is it's very low, but still is the minority. So even regardless of all the controversy, whatever the shit's happened, that much of a drop off does not bode well. I mean, we know that, but just the fact it's dropped off.
Yeah.
And this far into or not that far, I should say, this little into the game to have that big of a drop off for an online game, I just don't know how you recover from that, honestly.
I don't know either.
I really don't think you do, because
you
got to make money, and it's free to play. So it's not like, everybody purchased the game for $40. So at least you had that big influx of money to start with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on one here, and free to play means the majority of those free to play players didn't put a dime in.
True that.
Because they probably played it, they tried it, and they quickly dropped off and went back to one of the other PvP shooter games.
Well, I mean, you got to sustain a healthy concurrent user base for anybody to start putting any money into the game. I'm sure there's some people on day one going, "Oh, this is great! I'm going to throw a bunch of shit there to leapfrog over everybody." But the vast majority of us, we want to see how far we could really go before we spend a dime. And it looks like people mass exodus did it away before like even the thought of spending a dime occurred.
The original Hades, 3,200 concurrent players.
I believe it. It's a solid
I just
game.
find that fascinating. Yeah.
Actually, would be very surprising is if if there's people still playing Transistor.
I'm sure there's a few,
I'm sure there is, but if we go back even a step further than Transistor, Bastion.
So the high this month for Transistor was 41 players.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
I go back to the game from time to time, not really for the gameplay, but for the soundtrack.
That's fair. It's a very good soundtrack.
All their games have an amazing soundtrack.
Bastion has 18 players right now playing. Yeah,
I own that game on like 4 different platforms. Not gonna lie.
Well, I think that is even a difference with a game like that, where you do have multiple platforms that people can play it on.
Yeah.
Versus Highguard. Guess what? There's one platform.
Right.
It's very problematic. And even I was seeing like on the list where like the Diablos were on the list, but the majority, I mean, they've come out and said the majority of the players still use the OG BattleNet client.
Right.
So even then you still see that. Yeah.
Did Highguard even come out for any of the other like PC platforms, like the Epic Store or GOG or
I couldn't tell you.
Prime, whatever. Anyways, okay. So sadly, this thing is gone from worse to even worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, the PvP genre, it's like, I feel like any online genre is hard to break into because you also see the same thing with MMOs where it feels like over the last like couple months, every MMO that comes out, be like, never mind. Joke's on you, we're shuttering. So it's like, which is interesting, I guess, in a way, because you've seen like, I don't know if you had a story, but there's like reports where like Sony wants to like pull back on single player games.
Yep.
So we all know why, because they feel like the money is in multiplayer games.
Yep.
But at the same time, you see a game like Highguard, where I kind of feel like if you make a solid single player game, you can really get people to buy the game. Because even it's the device, you liked it. It was the $70 game. It's still expensive. It just came out on PS5. It's kind of like Oblivion that type of RPG. What is it?
Have I played it?
Yes, I 100% know you played it.
On the PC?
Yes. I know you played it last year.
And it's Oblivion-esque?
Yes. It's one of those kind of RPGs, yes. I know you played it. If you think about it, but it's one of those where I know based off of the reviews, if it was multiplayer only, it'd probably be like Highguard where it crash and burn. Because you have the other multiplayer games to go to. And it feels like for the people, like they kind of go through those few popular multiplayer games. But if it's a single player game, like people are more willing to give it a chance if it's a single player game. I mean, even looking at Starfield, like how lambasted Starfield played, and I still saw like there was like 2,000 concurrent players playing Starfield today. So I kind of feel like I know that they want to do the microtransactions and
You're
the
talking
ongoing.
Avowed?
Yes. Yes, Avowed's it 100%.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's still mixed reviews to this day.
Yeah.
So I think like multiplayer only, like it would probably be in the same honestly place as Highguard, where after like a week there'd be like nobody playing it. But single player games seem to have that longevity. But much to the big publisher chagrin, it doesn't have the ongoing microtransactions.
Actually, it's now mostly positive for Avowed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right,
It finally tipped into mostly positive.
Nice. But I think from a publisher perspective, that is the advantage of single player games.
Right.
You have that runway to basically screw up a game and still have lots of sales or have people playing the game.
Case in point is Cyberpunk.
Good point. Yes. I still saw there's like 5,000 concurrent players, so it's still very popular. So yeah, you have the opportunity, but once a multiplayer game comes out and because there was that one we talked about 3 weeks ago where it's the same thing. Well, or is that it was Highguard the same one? No, what's the one that shut down actually?
That
not
was
Highguard.
Not Highguard. Well,
it was similar to Highguard because it was another one of those online games.
Right.
But it's not Highguard.
It wasn't Ashes of Creation, right?
No, that's another MMO. That's flaming.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, but like that's the theme of online games. If you basically don't strike gold within that first week or two, and I think you're also much more beholden to basically the rage of Twitch streamers, for better or for worse. Which was a whole other bag of worms, but yeah. Which is interesting because when I'm looking at Highguard and just seeing, I'm like,
You're talking about New World.
No.
Yeah, that's about to shut down, right?
Yeah, I think they said 2027 early. We'll see what happens. The funny thing is, looking at Highguard, like if that was a single player, like action shooter, kind of like a Borderlands, I'd be like, this looks like the perfect game for me. Because I like first person shooters, but not so much in the PvP realm anymore.
Yeah,
kind of past that. I'm past that point of my current life. But yeah.
Shit, I was gonna say something now. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Thanks a lot, Zealeus.
I do what I can. Killing brain cells one word at a time.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, if you want to talk about shutting down games, I mean, Amazon has been shutting down games left and right. I mean, they shut down the game King of Meat, which was a comedy platformer, and that lasted 6 months before it got shut down. It was developed by basically a bunch of former Lionhead studio members. It was a co-op platformer launched for consoles and PC back in October. It was a premium game, but couldn't find an audience. Let's see. It officially closes April 9th of this year, and players will be able to access and play all existing content until then. So there is no life after they shut everything down. All players who did, but here's the nice thing, all players who purchased King of Meat will receive a full refund in the coming weeks. So that's nice. There's a shit ton of games out there that crash and burn, and you're just SOL for the amount of money you spent.
Yeah.
You got that one, and then of course the other one is there was a driving game that was supposed to be coming out, but they just announced that they're going to drop it. The studio, actually, they're dropping the. Oh no, it's okay. So the studio is called Maverick Games. It was founded in 2022. It was going to be a racing game. The basically Maverick Games is a bunch of people from the Forza series that created their own company,
Hmm.
and they're going to make, I guess, something more like that. And they're like, yeah, no.
Interesting. All right.
So yeah, games getting chopped away left and right.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Now, speaking of games getting chopped away, well, this is not really being chopped away, but this is kind of a little bit creepy and freaky. Capcom is partnering with a biotech art group called Lom Baby to bring the T virus
Oh,
to exist to an exhibit. Like, really? I mean,
is that a really good idea? I'm not sure I feel about this.
so the installation, it's going to be an exhibit in Shibuya. The installation centers around a T-virus sample presented inside a dedicated capsule, borrowing the franchise's outbreak imagery while framing the display as science meets fiction, not a real hazard. The pop-up is set inside Shibuya Parka, with an invite-only reception on February 13th, so that was 2 weeks ago, and then the public viewing was on Valentine's Day. Bring your significant other to go look at a T-virus exhibit.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Seems like it's playing with fire.
Yeah. Do you really like? Have we not seen enough post-apocalyptic / zombie movies, TV shows to this point to even like jokingly say we're going to bring it to life?
I mean, we already got our T virus with COVID. It's basically
That's true.
that.
I mean,
And I
certain
guess
people were certain people were turned into zombie-esque individuals
Sure.
through it. So, I
I guess we kind of survived. I don't know if we survived as a species, but we survived to still be alive at this current moment.
yeah. Well, are we really alive at this point? Who knows?
I mean, it's true. I am always worried about who am I actually talking to right now.
I can't tell you how many people are like, you know what? If this was really the Matrix, plug me the fuck back in. I'm done.
I mean, that was a couple of the characters in the Matrix. That was the exact storyline they ran into.
Yep.
They experienced the real world, and it was, this sucks.
Yeah. But anyways, so that I kind of maybe I'll do some research and find the if they had any video of the actual thing, but that just ooh, that freaks me out. Even just to playfully be like, yeah, we're gonna make something that looks like the T virus.
So you're saying is for Christmas next year, I should give you a T virus replica. Stop. And if you break it open, like it starts like oozing and making noises.
Well, it's got to get a little bit of smoke going too.
There you go.
A little bubbling, a little smoke, and
inside.
It's going to have that certain smell that's slightly unidentified. Like that smell, but you don't know exactly what it is.
So I'm saying is I'm just going to put asbestos inside of it. Got it.
Oh, great! Yeah, that fantastic. Yes. No, thanks.
Some asbestos. Ooh, a little bit of propane gives off that knife smell.
Oh Lord.
Look at
I
got ideas.
Of course you do. Okay. Let's talk about some slightly, or not slightly, but sad news. One of the in the anime industry, one of a dedicated creator and a studio lead. He's been part of so many friggin' animation department things, from being animation director, monster design, key animator, all that stuff. A gentleman by the name of Satoshi Mori has unfortunately passed at the age of 41 after battling a very long illness. If you're curious as to what he worked on, I'm just going to name a couple random ones here for you. He worked on Fate Zero. He worked on what was the Made in the Abyss, which is one that I really liked. The Rise of the Shield Hero, Space Dandy. I mean, this dude, Tiger and Bunny. This guy was in a shit ton of stuff, and he also did a lot of he did some work with certain flavors of Gundam.
Mm.
So, and of course, close to my heart is the fact that he did the original drawings for the news capture mechanism for .hack GU. And speaking of which, I think because we missed last week, I didn't get to tell you how fucking excited I am. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting a new .hack.
Did they say, by the way, 41's too damn young, but did they say, like, is it a remake or is it a new one? Or is it just
like a brand new game called .hack 0. There is, the story is set roughly 10 years into the future. It will once again center around the in-game MMO, the world, but with a greater focus on the real-world drama. While previous entries in .hack were limited in their depictions of the real world to just emails and web browsers, due to the budget set by the publisher, Namco Bandai, this time around, CyberConnect 2 is doing the whole fucking thing. So they have free reign. They are not being pulled in by the publisher this time.
So we'll see it in like 2029.
I don't know when it's coming, but I am. This is probably the first time that I can honestly say this will be a day one purchase. As soon as this fucker comes out, I will get this game.
Is it going to be a potential actually take the day off to play?
There is a very good chance that if it drops in the middle of the week, I might develop a cold.
Well, to be fair, what I would say is the nice thing is single player game, right?
Exactly.
You can actually potentially play it.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking pumped, dude. I'm so pumped.
Oh, what the? No, that can't be right.
What?
No. I was looking at the release date, and it was giving me the date it was announced on, because it was saying like February 17th, 2026. I'm like, AI, that ain't right.
Right. No. That was the big reveal.
Yeah, that was days announced on.
But yeah. Pumped, dude. So freaking pumped.
Yeah. I mean, if done right, like again, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, single player game, if it's done right, it still make fucking loads of cash.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, but this isn't technically a single player game because you could co-op.
Sure.
Not sorry, not for .hack, but another game that I just dropped. I easily just dropped $70 on because I knew that I would play it as well as my children would play it, and that of course is Mario Tennis.
Yes.
And I have played a shit ton of that game already.
You feel like a tennis pro now?
Yeah.
You should tell your wife that you're better at tennis than her.
Dude, I streamed Mario Tennis, I think on Tuesday, and the one mechanic that is fun and silly, but at the same time is a pain in the ass is the fever rackets. So after you've done enough good stuff, you basically build up this meter, and once the meter is full, you can unleash the secret power of the racket. And I have been, I rarely use that, but in the star tournament, your final opponent is going to utilize the shit out of the fever racket, and I fell apart because I just couldn't beat that opponent with all their things. And it was the one time that I wish that I selected a racket that maybe could have counteracted or done something to them to like even the playing field. Because the thing is, when you start the tournament, you choose your racket and you don't get to like pick and choose. Okay, well, this opponent, I want this racket. You start with a racket, and that's the racket you're using the entire way through.
Sure. Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. Anyways.
So you have to practice hardcore tennis to beat him.
I'm going to need to add Fever Racket into my repertoire if I want to beat the expert level of difficulty. Because I flew through the novice version and the intermediate version and was fighting for my life, but still got all the way to the championship in expert without using a Fever Racket. But that championship, oh, buddy, I got wiped.
It's a whole different level.
Yes. Okay. The next story we're going to bring up is one that Zealeus actually found for us, and that is the fact that Netflix has announced that they are going to be adapting a feature film to and base it off of the very really popular board game Ticket to Ride.
I just found it funny because it's like, I mean, I always say they made a movie that is actually better than I thought it would be, based off a Battleship, which, how do you make a movie off a Battleship? But they managed. So the question, of course, comes, how do you make a movie based off of Ticket to Ride? I mean, which Ticket to Ride do you do? Do you do the big cities version? Do you do the OG version? Do you do the Swiss Alps version? Do you do the Tokyo version? Like, there's so many different versions. Where do you start? I don't even know.
Yeah, so with Ticket to Ride, there are, let's see if I can pull up how many there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 if you're counting the kiddie version, 15. So there's really 15 different versions. So yes, we're Zealeus
PC versions.
Huh?
And you got the PC versions.
Well, yeah. But mostly the PC versions are just the same thing but just in a PC format. I would assume that you're probably just getting the original, the OG, the USA/Canada world. But hell, I don't know. You're gonna set it in. When is this set? I mean,
basically, I would think it's set at the height of
right.
What you may call it, the railroad race, etc.
I'm trying to. Let's see here.
I know I'm also knowing because I know I bought Ticket to Ride at one point in my life, but it's saying I don't actually own it.
I have it. I've got the I've got the kiddie version and the real version in physical copy, and then I've got the digital version, I think, multiple times over.
Apparently, there's also an Exploding Kittens too. I did not know there was a second version of Exploding Kittens. I've only played the first one.
Either. Let's see here. No, I can't find when exactly. Well, anyways. So, but a movie about Ticket to Ride. So I'm assuming there's just going to be a bunch of people battling, a bunch of people who are the heads of different train companies battling it out to carve up the U.S. with their railroad system.
I wonder if it's going to be like, the down on his luck kid who gets like the ability to take over his grandfather's railroad, and he's going to go up against the corrupt railroad leader who like cheats his way to own his company, and he's being a nefarious capitalist of some sort. Yeah. And somehow the kid comes out in the end with the taking over the railroad industry or something like that. Right. That's my prediction.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a very good question. I would be interested to see how they do it. But then again, there was a rumor for like a couple of years, which is now many years ago, but that there was going to be a movie based off of the video game Asteroid, whereas two brother miners on a ship lost in an asteroid belt, but that never actually happened. But Netflix, it is Netflix, so they'll take a swing at it. I don't know if they'll actually, you know, if it'll actually
Apparently,
come to
there's a
fruition.
Winter Wonderland version of Ticket to Ride. It
Sure.
just looks like the U.S. version.
But snowy?
Basically, the United States is covered in snow. I think that's the only actual difference.
Maybe they took some cities away and added some cities.
The city's not the same.
Oh, well, then I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just looking at it pretty quickly, and it's just kind of like it looks like it's just a skin with snow on it. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, so sure, Ticket to Ride movie, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, at least I don't have to worry about following the story.
There is no story. Well, it's just I mean, not completely, but kind of in the same vein. I mean, the Dungeons and Dragons movie is based off of the rule system. There's not that what that movie did was not a set campaign.
Yeah, but it kept to the spirit of Dungeons and Dragons, I would say.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that actually means for Ticket to Ride,
Yeah,
other than being cutthroat and knowing all the paths before your opponent even looks at their cards because they played the game too many times.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the board games that I own. What would be like one of them that I would love to see an Arkham Horror movie.
I knew you were going to say that.
And the funny thing is, I've never actually played Arkham Horror, but I own like 3 versions of it.
Oh, what about the Tokyo game? I think it's called like Battle for Tokyo or something.
Yeah, with like the kaiju.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. I mean,
it's like a King of Monsters type thing.
Yeah, one of those. I mean, who doesn't want another Godzilla movie, basically?
Let's just do a Hero Quest.
Conan?
Conan, yeah.
I mean, I would still see it, but I'm just saying it's basically Conan. But yeah, I'd take a Hero Quest.
Or, I mean, well, they already technically did this, but I mean, Vampire the Masquerade. They actually had a TV show way back in the day.
Oh, what's... Okay, there's the one that you play with friends. It's a card one. But it's more like lighthearted, and you try to like steal their cards.
You should just make a Munchkin.
Munchkins.
Yeah.
Munchkins as a movie. That would be like a fun one.
Screw it. We're gonna go. It's staying with Steve Jackson Games, but we're gonna do zombie dice. We're gonna base an entire movie around zombie dice.
I mean, just go all in on the zaniness. Why? I mean, if you can make a movie like Scary Movie, why not? Honestly,
which they're making a new one, and they're like, "Look, we're not gonna be PC about it."
Sure. I'm sorry, Scary Movie wasn't canceled because of cancel culture. It was canceled because it started to suck.
Yes. Well, yeah.
But it is probably time for a new one.
Yeah.
It's been a while. There's fresh new material to use. They can use Scream 7 now to riff off of.
Yes, and where's that hide and seek movie where the girl thinks that she's introduced as like the fiance, but then like everybody.
Ready or Not.
There it is. Ready or Not.
Great movie, by the way.
Are they making a second one?
Yes, which I'm very confused because I've seen the first Ready or Not. It's fun.
Yeah.
But like I've seen the previews for Ready or Not 2, and I'm very confused because it makes it seem like Samara Weaver, whatever her last name is, like she thinks she's like hallucinating or something, and she's in a hospital, and
fun.
I don't know what's going on. So I need to see the first one again because it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch the second one. Yeah, I will definitely watch it.
Oh, God, Sam. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Did you hear about the new movie Constipation? It hasn't come out yet.
Wow. On that note, that's a reason I don't actually like seeing. That's like my number one reason for not seeing movies in the theaters. Old man bladder.
I still can go an entire movie, my friend.
Well,
But then again, I knowing that I'm going to a theater, I always dehydrate. I don't hydrate at all.
yeah, I'm the same way. Yes. Like people go in there with like a super extra large can of Coke and they just had a beer before they stepped in. I'm like, I don't have to pee a half hour into the movie.
Not even a half hour. Be like, oh, opening credits. Oh God, I can hold it. I can hold it. No, I can't hold it.
Honestly, I wish movies had like a 5-minute intermission. Not lying.
Let's all go to the whatever concession stand.
I would. I can run to the bathroom and back in 5 minutes. I'm good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And that, of course, is the friends of the show. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The first one, of course, is the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we're going to give is to Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Whack Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who was supposed to adjust me today, but unfortunately is feeling under the weather, so we had to reschedule. But he is the individual who will help get those aches and pains out of your back from sitting too long in a gaming chair, or possibly the terrible posture you have while you're trying to do your work. But that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic's unique healthcare practice, set up by Ryan Moore, the company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone could be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the Greater Atlanta area. They're committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the music maestro himself, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. And, of course, the final shout-out we got to give is to the original backer for Alter Confusion, and that, of course, is Agile Axiom. Oh my gosh, my paper's sticking together. Here we go. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software products the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. All right, I know at this very moment in time, you are asking yourself, how do I become a friend of the show? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is quite simple. You see, Alter Confusion survives on the love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, werewolves, vampires, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers that you can pledge at. We've got the $1 a month tier. That's $1 a month or $12 a year. What you get is early access to all the playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. Now, if you're feeling a little extra frisky, you can pump that from $1 to $5 a month, and that's $5 a month or $60 a year. What that gets you is everything at the $1 tier, but also your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Altered Confusion, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today.
Yeah.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I can do this next bit because I actually got my ass in gear. Ladies and gentlemen, Altered Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 15 years straight. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So, if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion today. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for some sweet swag to spice up your life, that's all that Altered Confusion can have. You can, of course, go to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. That's MERCH. You get a hat, you can get a coffee cup, vinyl sticker, a beanie, and much more. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for something sweet, socks. And I am going to buy the fucking socks. I'm just going to do it. I have to. At this point, I have to. I keep talking about these socks. I'm going to buy the socks, and I'm going to have to model them. That might be a little scary for some people, but I'm going to model the socks.
Just wear them on your hands.
That would look weird.
I mean, they're Altered Confusion swag. Like, it alters your confusion. It kind of works, actually.
Wouldn't I be kind of confused as to why I'm putting socks on my hands, though?
Oh,
Wouldn't it be like the reverse of altering my confusion? It would just be changing it to something different instead of solving anything?
I think you're overthinking this whole Altered Confusion thing.
Potentially, yes. Okay? Sometimes I go down these rabbit holes that I can't recover from.
Well, apparently this rabbit needs to find your confusion.
Yes. Duh.
Maybe that should be the name of your rabbit. Confusion.
Anyways, so moving on to the next story. I don't know, you probably have heard, but there is a new CEO for Microsoft Xbox division, and this individual has no gaming experience in their background ever. And now there's whispers of this is just the swan song, the sun is setting, and Xbox is going to be riding off on a pale white horse into the distance, and you can say goodbye, because the rumor is that Microsoft is going to take what's left of the Xbox department and put it into the AI department. That at least is the rumor, because it seems like all the big wigs are putting all of their eggs into the AI basket. I mean, we talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact that Amazon had a huge shakeup, and it was because of AI. Some jobs were removed because AI made their job redundant, and also those who stuck around got shoved into the AI department to make it even better. So,
what if you call it Cobox?
Cobox?
What about Xbox 365?
A game. Well, I mean, technically, wasn't Xbox trying to make a gaming service that you didn't require an actual box?
They all are, because it's all cloud AI magic. It's just use AI. It fixes everything, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the next generation console to come with AI built in. Yes.
Zealeus, I believe you've been playing this game too much. Or, Zealeus, I think that maybe you should just stop playing this game, because according to the statistics that I have verified online, you suck.
No, you got it all wrong. Zealeus, you suck at this game. Therefore, you should use this AI add-on for only $5 a minute in order to help you beat this boss.
Yeah.
We're going back full circle to when you could call into the Nintendo number hotline to get help, but now it's going to be with AI.
Forget that. You're gonna get one of those little booklets that had like the piece of cardboard that had the red like plastic that allowed you to read the hidden text.
Oh dear gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
While we're at it, we'll just go back to the old security system of having on page 17, word 15 of line 3. What is it?
Just wait till the games are now advertised with AI. Now made with more AI.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Would you like your enemies to have AI or net AI? It's now an add-on to have AI with your enemies.
Either you have all of your enemies basically in the T-pose, standing in random places on the map, or AI that's constantly updating that by the end of it is going to just be sniping you from behind and there's nothing you can do about it.
Or even better, we were playing party-based single-player games like a Baldur's Gate. You can pay the base price to have just the normal CPU intelligence, or you can get the limited edition AI Founders Pack for only $40 more to have AI intelligence with your party members.
Oh, Lord.
Or it's actually now also a feat for the level up to have AI intelligence.
Now we'll just deal with the that wonderful voiceover. You must gather your party before venturing forth. I don't know where my party member is. They've just left. You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Let AI go find your party.
Yeah. The only way that you can find your party member that has decided to wander off is to buy into this AI package.
There you go. Now you're talking like a bigwig, sir.
And then your party member will be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to stay with the group. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, the next story that I've got is kind of cool. I think really my first person shooter, like the first one I really got into on the console, of course, was GoldenEye. And then, of course, after GoldenEye came Perfect Dark. And then a bunch of those guys that worked on both those projects went on to do Free Radicals. That's the company name. And they, of course, made the TimeSplitters series. There was a TimeSplitter 1, 2, and then Future Perfect, which was 3. And then, of course, there was always a rumor they were going to make a 4th one, and then they kind of imploded. But it turns out that 2 of the guys that have been there for the entire run are going to make a new game. Now, before you get excited and think, ooh, it's going to be a first-person shooter, just like, like GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. No, it's going to be kind of like a Balatro-like game, but instead of poker, it is going to be Scrabble-based. It is called Beyond Words. I think you can get the demo right now, but it's basically a roguelike take on Scrabble.
I love video game trends because you had for the longest time, it was the roguelite trend, right?
Yep.
Everything's now a roguelite. And then once Balatro basically broke I would call it like the RPGization of roguelites, where like it was like a card-based or like RPG, like something in that vein, right?
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden now Balatro made big effing numbers playing poker. And now I feel like that's going to be the next craze coming from developers is big effing numbers with, I guess in this case, Scrabble, but they're going to be like roguelites to just basically make astronomically crazy scores playing, I don't know, poker, playing backgammon. Next, we're going to have chess in the form of a roguelite. They're just going to say like all these games, I feel like, Let's see. What else
There's actually a game out there that's like I think it's like shotguns and chess or something.
Let's see. We got blackjack. We have, and basically take euchre, take all your card games, and we're gonna make them crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the future. And I'm copywriting that right now here on Alt Confusion. So when somebody makes the game, we can sue them for billions of bitcoins.
There you go.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's all I got. Yeah, I feel like that's the next craze is the bilateralization of roguelites.
I mean, I'll be interested to see this Beyond Words game.
Yeah.
I still want my next version of TimeSplitters, but you
might have to go back in time for that.
Well, Future Perfect was about time, so
that was at the perfect time.
I don't know. So here's something. I for some reason thought that this is a side note, but I thought for sure that the second Death Stranding was already out. It is not. It's not coming out until March of this year. Why did I think that the second one was already out?
I honestly don't know what to tell you.
Oh, man.
I got nothing for you.
Son of a gun.
The main character was still busy killing zombies, probably.
Yes, this is true.
He hadn't quite made it to the other franchise.
Yeah. And yes, you can download the Beyond Words demo. So if you want to take that, if you want to try that game or take it for a spin, you can go on Steam right now and download it.
I guess the big one that's coming out now, it's going to be, well, of course you have Overwatch, which is now season 1 again.
Sure, why not?
Is going to be Bungie with Marathon coming out March 5th.
Yes, I've heard a lot about. A lot of people are excited about it.
Sure. I mean, if there is one thing that Destiny 1 and 2 did very well, was epic gunplay. Like, I mean, there's a lot of other issues like season passes, the content, like there's a lot of other issues, but the actual core gameplay of having a gun with powers and shooting people in a video game, not real life, was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Like, they had that gameplay, still do, so good with the gunplay. So so if a company like Bungie can take that to the, PvPPE genre.
I love how it's like PvP, VE, V this, V that, V something else.
I get why Bungie would go down this route. I mean, let me put it this way. I'm more optimistic, without really knowing a whole lot about the game, of Marathon succeeding than Highguard.
Yes.
Would kind of be my 2 cents. Yeah.
Since I'm bouncing around Steam, I was just curious to see where Borderlands 4 stood as of now.
Oh,
and it is mixed.
Is it got on sale yet?
Where'd you go, Charlie? No, it's still $70 for the base edition. The deluxe edition's $100, and the super deluxe is $130.
I feel like Borderlands is the definition of wait for the golden, whatever they're going to call it, version.
Yeah, right. What is it called? I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about, and of course I'm blanking out. Oh crap! Whatever it's called. Yeah, it's basically the Game of the Year edition, but Yeah, whatever it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways. Oh, and by the way, Borderlands 4, there's the 24-hour peak for the game right now is 8,500 players.
For what game?
Borderlands 4.
Right? Yeah. But if it's still like, if that's the peak and it still has that many players, like, to me, that's great upkeep.
I mean, the thing came out September 11th, 2025.
Yeah.
So
to still have that many concurrent players, I mean, that seems like a win to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, though, like, Borderlands is one of those games where, like, I feel like regardless of the reviews, like, yay or nay, like,
Yeah.
I feel like Borderlands, like, I'm going to eventually buy it because I like the Borderlands game.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Agreed. Agreed. Not gonna lie. At some point, that game I will purchase it, but just $70 right now, and I've got enough other games to play. So
exactly, yeah, yeah. Like, there's some games I can justify buying like a full price. Borderlands to me has always been one that's I'll eventually buy it on sale.
Well, usually, I mean, at bare minimum, you wait a little bit longer, and maybe you still have the $70 tag on it, but then you have like a shit ton of DLC as well.
Sure. Yep. Well, and also the big thing with Borderlands is there were a bunch of like bugs and shit when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it's also kind of waiting for those to kind of like Cyberpunk in a way. So there's definitely that period of waiting until everything gets kind of fixed.
Yeah. Exactly. But anywho. Quick shout out. Congratulations to Team USA, both women and men's hockey, for kicking ass and taking names and beating Canada.
I watched the men's game. I didn't even know it was on. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wake up on Sunday morning, and it's like still the first period, and it's like, Gold Cup game. I'm like, holy shit, let's go tune in.
Yeah.
That was one of the single best hockey games I've seen in my life.
Unfortunately, I only got to watch the first two periods, and then I had a basketball game through the third and overtime.
Dude, that third period was like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
My only complaint I would have is like 3v3 for the first overtime is kind of dumb, honestly.
Yeah, that was the one huge complaint that people are going, this is beyond
I would
stupid.
go with like, personally, I would say, okay, first overtime, 5v5. If you go to a second overtime, go to 4v4. Okay, now you're third time, let's go to 3v3. Like, kind of graduate, I think, would make more sense. But just go straight to 3v3. 3v3 is like, yeah. Plus, we wanted more hockey, damn it.
True that.
Yeah. But it was a fantastic game. And yeah.
Just real quick, what is your take on this this untitled John Wick game that's coming out?
I've heard about it, but I don't know. I'll wait to see.
Yeah, I just don't know how all the I want to see, like, instead of still shots, I want to see the actual mechanics.
You know what I think of is it makes me think. I don't know what the game's gonna actually be like, but it should basically be like is Dynasty Warriors. And if you never played Dynasty Warriors, you're basically taking on like hundreds of opponents at once. Right? That's the shtick. To me, that's what a John Wick game should be, because that's what he does. Well, each video gets a little bit more ridiculous. I know it's John Wick, so it's already ridiculous, but it gets even more ridiculous with like fucking gun armor out the wazoo, which just gets dumb. But anyways, I'm ranting. I feel like that should be like the thing with the John Wick movie or video game is like a Dynasty Warriors with gun fu, basically. It's kind of feel that.
There was a game that was like Dynasty Warriors for the 360, and I could see it in my head, but I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know.
I tried to be like a Dynasty Warriors-esque game for the 360s. Like, let me tell you about all the Dynasty Warrior games. Like, no. I said Dynasty Warrior-esque, not. I don't want. God, you stupid people. But yeah. Oh my God, that when the amount it was basically just stress test for consoles. How many enemies could you put on the screen at the same time before it basically shat a brick?
Good similar on the PC. It's a game called Dwarven Realms. I think that's what it's called. And basically, like, the enemies literally don't stop coming. I mean, it's an RPG, so you have like big axes or lightning bolts, whatever you want.
Pleasure.
It's one of those where like it's just the whole purpose of it's kind of like a Dynasty Wars of RPGs, honestly, where it's just like hordes of enemies come at you, and it's just kind of a blast to just like mindlessly kill Zergs. I last played it in early access. I actually need to try it again. It's been quite some time.
I'm trying to think of like some of the games that I've. Oh my God, there's so many games I have to go back and start playing again.
I know that feeling.
Oh,
it's like you look at your backlog and you're like, damn it.
Oh God, it got even longer. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I've like gotten my throat keeps getting like super itchy, and I am now out of my juice, so this will be fun. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I believe we've reached the end of our show. So without further ado, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting here with our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.